Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 287. Please turn to page 287. Problem number 132 is what we are about to solve. Today is our lesson number 182. Let's take a look at it. Problem number 132. It says, Joanna bought only 15-cent stamps and 29-cent stamps. So she bought 15-cent stamps and 29-cent stamps only, we are told. Question simply is, how many of the cheaper ones does she buy? How many of the 15-cent stamps does she buy? Let's see what they tell us in the first statement. In the first statement, they tell us that she bought altogether $4.40 worth of stamps. She spent altogether $4.40 exactly. Now what we have to understand here is that there is not much of a mathematical solution that I can present here. You could actually do it mathematically and algebraically in abstract terms, but that will be a sheer waste of time, and that will actually lose the beauty of this problem. It's a very beautiful, very simple problem. You just have to think logically and systematically. That's all it is. Here's what's going on. The simple concept that we need to understand here is that here we are dealing with only nickels, the 5-cent coin, the dimes, the 10-cent coin, and possibly quarters, the 25-cent coin. There are no pennies involved. There are absolutely no pennies involved in this transaction. Why? Because, here's what's going on. Because, in other words, she could not have possibly bought 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 29-cent stamps. It is impossible. Why? Because if she had, she would have had either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pennies in change in her hand. Think about it for a second. Let's suppose that she bought 1 29-cent stamps. If she just bought 1 29-cent stamps, regardless of what amount she hands over to the clerk of the post office, whether she gives 3 dimes or a quarter and a nickel, or whether she gives a $1 bill, it doesn't matter. The change that she'll be handed over will contain 1 cent coin, 1 penny in the change. If she buys 2 of the 29-cent stamps, 9 plus 9 is 18. She would have 2 pennies in the change. If she buys 1 more, if she buys 3 29-cent stamps, 6 plus 6 is 8 plus 8 is 16, and 17 ends in a 7. If she buys 3 29-cent stamps, because they are 29, there is 1 penny left over from, think of these as handing over 3 dimes for each stamps. Each time she hands the 3 dimes to buy a stamp, she gets a penny back. She buys the second stamp for 30, she hands over 30 cents, she gets another penny back. She buys the third one with 30 cents, and she's handed over another penny. If she buys 4 of them, 7 plus 9 is 16, and she will have 4 pennies in change. What would she possibly do with these pennies? The nature of this transaction is such that she can do absolutely nothing with those pennies. She cannot buy 15-cent stamps with pennies, with 1 or 2 or 3 pennies. The only way she can buy a given 15-cent stamps with pennies is if she actually collects 15 pennies. And we'll see in a second that is impossible in this transaction. Therefore, the only thing that you have to understand here, the simple concept that we have to understand here, is that in this particular transaction, when woman walks up to the window and she tells that she needs to buy 29-cent stamps and 15-cent stamps, and by the time she walks away, we found out that she spent a total of $4.40. We know for a fact that in this entire transaction, no pennies were involved. Let's find out how. So, she cannot buy 1 or 2 or 3 29-cent stamps, as we already agreed, because she has no use for the pennies. Which means what? Which means, regardless of how many 29-cent stamps that she bought, it has to be some multiple of 5. That's what we gather from it, which tells us, this tells us that the number of stamps, the number of 29-cent stamps that she bought must be some multiple of 5. She can buy possibly, I should say possibly, I should qualify that. She can possibly buy 5 or 10 or 15 29-cent stamps. Let's see which of these scenarios is possible. Let's start with 5. Could she have bought 5 29-cent stamps? Let's find out, shall we? 29 times 5, 9 5s are 45, 9 5s are 45, 5 carry 4, and 24. It's going to be 24. That's $2.45. We know that she spent $4.40. $4.40 minus $2.45 is going to leave us an odd nickel. And this is going to be 9, and this is going to be 1, I believe. $1.95 is what, or is it $2.95? 3. I'm drawing a blank here. Is it $1.95 or is it $2.95? $3. It should be $2.95. Did I make a mistake here? I can't believe it. 9 5s are 45, that's 5, carry 4. This is 10, oh this is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. I knew something was wrong here. So she will spend $1.45 on a 29-cent stamps, which makes perfect sense because had there been 30 cents, it would have been 30 times 5, which would have been $1.50 even. So that means she will have $2.95 left over to spend on the 15-cent stamps. But she cannot spend $2.95 on a 15-cent stamp that is not an integer. She can spend $3.15 stamps that will buy her 20 15-cent stamps, but she cannot buy 15-cent stamp with exactly $2.95. It is not physically possible. Could she have bought 10 29-cent stamps? Let's find out. That's $2.90. She had a total of $4.40. So this scenario was not possible. That's for scenario number 1. It is not possible. Let's look at scenario number 2. Could she have bought 10 stamps? That's $2.90. $2.90. We get $1.50. Ah, there you go. Now it is possible for her to buy 10 29-cent stamps and 10 10-cent stamps. That is possible. Let's look at third scenario. Is it possible for her to have bought 15 29-cent stamps? I don't think so. How do we know that? Well, because 10 15-cent stamps, or rather 10 29-cent stamps, listen carefully, 10 29-cent stamps is almost $3, $2.90. Another 5 stamps will be another approximately $1.50. There's already $4.50. She doesn't have enough money. 15 times 9, how much is 15 nines? 15 nines are 135. That's 5, carry 13, and 15 times 2 is 30, 30 plus 13 is 43. Actually, it is possible for her to buy 29, it is possible for her to buy 20, it is possible for her to buy 15 29-cent stamps, but if she did that, she will have a nickel left over. Nickel left over. I'm not sure if leftover is hyphenated or not. I don't think leftover is hyphenated. And what could she do with the nickel? Absolutely bloody nothing. Because she cannot buy a 15-cent stamp with a nickel. To say nothing of the fact that she cannot buy any 15-cent stamps at all. Because she only has 5 cents left at the end. And we are told that she bought 15 cents and 29-cent stamps. As a matter of fact, the question is asking us how many 15-cent stamps did she buy? I erased it, but that's what the question is. She cannot buy 15. 15 29-cent stamps is way too many. The only possible scenario is that she bought 10 of each. That's it. I'm done with it. I think I'm beating a dead horse by now. Let's look at second statement. So first statement does do the job. First statement does do the job. The first statement is enough. When they tell us, oh, that wasn't the first statement, that was the first scenario. When they tell us that she spent a total of $4.40, that was sufficient information for us to gather from that she must have bought 10 29-cent stamps and 10 15-cent stamps. That is the only scenario that is physically possible. All the other scenarios are not possible. She's not allowed to have any change left over. Let's look at second statement. So the first statement does the job. A, D, B, C, E. Because the first statement by itself we just found out does work, answer cannot be B, C, or E. It will have to be either A or a D. In the second statement they tell us, that she bought equal number of both. She bought equal number of both. Now, algebraically, if you wanted to represent it, which we have not done yet, but algebraically, if you wanted to represent it, she bought X numbers of 15-cent stamps and X number of 29-cent stamps, which is simply 15 plus 29 would be 44. So it's 44X equals to total amount of dollars that she spent. But the question is, how much did she spend? If she in fact did spend $4.40, then it would be 10 each. If she spent $8.80, it would be 20 each. If she spent $440, it will be 100 each, I believe. Because 440 was 10, so $44 rather. $44 would make it 100 each. And if she spent $440, she can buy 1,000 of each. We do not know how much money she spent. Second statement, all it tells us is that she bought equal number of the both stamps. That by itself is not enough because we need to know how much she spent. That's not enough. The answer is A. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention that you should always be aware of is I always remind you throughout the entire exam that in the data sufficiency, whatever information that they give you in the two statements, they never contradict each other. If you work the problem correctly and you found out that based on the first statement, Michael was 13 years old, based on the second statement, Michael better not be 17-year-old. If it changes, something has gone cuckoo. As you can see right here, we established here, based on the work that we did in the first statement, we just established that she bought 10 29-cent stamps and she bought 10 10-cent stamps, which is precisely what the second statement tells us. Except in the second statement, there is no mention of the amount of money that is spent, which is why it doesn't do anything. But we are done with it. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.